deep inside the Black Hills of South Dakota, for silent giants watch over America. But their story is far more dramatic than you think. What if I told you there's a secret, unfinished room hidden behind one of these faces? That this monument stands on land at the heart of a bitter controversy. We're talking about millions of years of geology, a sculptor who risked his life for his vision, and a story full of secrets and struggle. Today, we dive into the untold story of Mount Rushmore. Before we see the faces of presidents, let's journey back in time. We're in the Black Hills, a rugged, ancient landscape held sacred by the Dakota Sioux people. For untold generations, this land was a spiritual center, a place of visions and ceremony. The granite mountain we now know as Mount Rushmore stood untouched, a natural cathedral shaped by millions of years of wind and rain. Before the first president's face was carved, this mountain already held centuries of spiritual meaning. It wasn't just a rock, it was a living part of history and culture, a silent witness to the changing world around it. This spiritual significance is a crucial, often overlooked chapter in the mountain's long story. The idea for a massive carving didn't come from a president or an artist, but from a state historian named Don Robinson. In the 1920s, he wanted to boost tourism to South Dakota. His initial vision, to carve the likenesses of Wild West heroes like Buffalo Bill Cody and Lewis and Clark into the nearby granite spires, called the Needles. It was a bold idea, meant to capture the spirit of the American West. But then, a new player entered the scene. Gutzon Borglum was a notoriously stubborn and ambitious sculptor, known for his monumental work and his even bigger personality. When he saw the mountain, he had a different vision. Not cowboys, he declared, but presidents. He wanted to create a shrine to democracy, a monument that would celebrate the very foundation of the United States. He argued that the figures should be national, not regional, and his powerful vision won out. The project was about to become something far grander and more complex than anyone had originally imagined. So, why these 4 specific presidents? It wasn't a random choice. Each one was carefully selected by Borglum to represent a crucial chapter in the American story. First, George Washington. He symbolizes the birth of the nation. As the commander of the Continental Army and the first president, he represents the struggle for independence and the foundation of American democracy. Next to him is Thomas Jefferson. He stands for expansion. With the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, he doubled the size of the country, embodying the idea of growth and the nation's westward destiny. Then we have Theodore Roosevelt, who represents development and conservation. He ushered America into the 20th century, championed the construction of the Panama Canal, and famously established the national parks system, preserving America's natural wonders. Finally, there's Abraham Lincoln. His presence is for preservation. He led the country through its darkest hour, the Civil War, and his leadership ensured the nation would remain united. He is the symbol of holding the Union together and ending slavery. Together, these faces tell the story of America's birth, growth, development, and preservation. The carving began in 1927, and it was a monumental undertaking that would last for 14 years. Finally concluding in 1941, a crew of over 400 workers, many of them miners with no formal sculpting experience, faced incredible dangers every single day. They dangled hundreds of feet in the air, braving extreme weather, from blistering summer heat to freezing winter winds. And here's a mind-blowing fact. About 90% of the rock was removed not with chisels, but with dynamite. Expert blasters, known as powder monkeys, had to calculate their charges with incredible precision. Every blast of dynamite was a gamble. One mistake, one miscalculation, could have fractured the rock and ruined a presidential face forever. They were essentially sculpting with explosives. Despite the constant dust, the deafening noise, and the ever-present risk of falling, the project was completed with an incredible safety record. There were 0 fatalities during the entire 14 years of construction. But Mount Rushmore holds more secrets than just the story of its creation. Tucked away behind Abraham Lincoln's head is an unfinished chamber, a secret room known as the Hall of Records. Gutzon Borglum's grand vision wasn't just two carved faces. He wanted to create a time capsule. This room was intended to house the nation's most important documents, like the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, encased in a repository that would last for thousands of years. While the chamber was blasted out of the rock, funding ran out before it could be finished. Today, a sealed titanium vault inside contains porcelain panels detailing the history of the United States, a partial fulfillment of Borglum's dream. Another secret: the original plan was much bigger. Borglum envisioned carving the presidents from the waist up, but the project was halted due to the looming threat of World War II and a lack of funds. The mountain itself wasn't chosen randomly, either. Borglum spent weeks searching for the perfect canvas. This specific mountain had fine-grained granite, stable enough to withstand erosion for millennia, and it faced southeast, catching the morning sun perfectly. For all its patriotic symbolism, Mount Rushmore is steeped in controversy. To understand its full story, we have to acknowledge a painful history. The Black Hills, or Pahasapa in the Lakota language, are sacred land to the Lakota Sioux. A treaty from 1868 guaranteed them ownership of this land forever. But when gold was discovered in the hills just a few years later, the treaty was broken, and the U.S. government seized the land. For many Native Americans, carving the faces of American presidents into their sacred mountain is a profound symbol of broken promises and cultural desecration. The monument is often referred to as the Shrine of Hypocrisy. The Supreme Court even ruled in 1980 that the land was illegally taken and awarded the Sioux tribes over $100 million in compensation, which they have refused to this day, insisting on the return of their land. To some, these faces represent freedom. To others, they stand on stolen land. This duality is central to the monument's complex identity. Despite the controversy, Mount Rushmore has undeniably achieved its original goal. It is one of America's most iconic tourist destinations. Over 2 million people from around the world visit each year. They walk the Presidential Trail, explore the Lincoln Borglum Visitor Center, and watch the powerful evening lighting ceremony, where the faces are illuminated against the dark sky. The monument has become a powerful symbol of American pride, history, and ambition. It's featured in countless films, photographs, and cultural references, cementing its place in the national consciousness. But the experience of visiting is often more than just sightseeing. For many, standing before those 60-foot faces is a moment of reflection on the nation's past, its triumphs, and its struggles. The mountain is more than stonites, a reminder of the nation's journey in all its complexity. Carved into rock, wrapped in history, and surrounded by controversy, Mount Rushmore is a monument that tells the story of America, one face at a time. It's a testament to artistic vision, engineering marvel, and human endurance. But it's also a solemn reminder of conflict, broken treaties, and the different ways history is seen and felt by different people. It is a place of patriotism for some, and a place of pain for others. And as the sun sets over the Black Hills, the 4 silent presidents continue watching over the nation they helped shape. Their stone gaze, a permanent fixture in the American landscape and the American psyche. Thanks for watching. If you found this story fascinating, do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the world's greatest landmarks. See you next time.